Hello, my name is Matt1, and today I'm going to do a series review of Kamen Rider Drive, and there will be spoilers. So, Kamen Rider Drive is the 25th Kamen Rider series, and the 16th Heisei series, and the 6th Neo Heisei series. This is the first rider not to have a motorcycle, but has a car. But this is not the first rider that has a car. That will go to Black RX. Which each Kamen Rider series, they each have a gimmick. If you are new to the Kamen Rider series, they each have a gimmick every year. And that's the beginning of Heisei series, basically. So this series' gimmick is shift cars, which I don't have any of them right now, but if I did, I would show them off to you and do the henshi. It's like this, like you have the belt and then turn the key or whatever knob or whatever, turn the knob on it on the belt, and then put the shift car in it, like twist the top of it, the back of it, and then to make it like a lever, and then he'll morph, henshi, whatever. Also, for me, I have problems with this up to the middle of the series, but this is just me. Don't complain. If you have problems with the series, it's fine. Now you're not alone. The first problem I have with the series is that I don't like the opening. I know everyone had a problem with Drive's look, how he has the tire, but that's everyone's problem with the show first, from the beginning. So the opening did not feel like it was a Kamen Rider opening. It felt like it was an opening for another show, like another tokusatsu show. Like it was made another tokusatsu show, not made by Bandai. It felt like it was made for Tommy Company, and also. Kamen Rider Drive did not look like a Kamen Rider that much. He also looked like another tokusatsu show made for Tommy Company. Watch Tommy Company shows. I know of like a couple. There's Rescue Fire and there's Rescue, or Reverse Rescue and Rescue Fire. I know those shows, and there's a couple more. There's the one with the weird dragons and stuff like that. And also, if you notice that in each episode before the middle of the series, they each had a new toy to sell, or whatever, a new car. That felt a little annoying, but as soon as they showed everything else, all of it, it began more with the progress of the show and the story arc. It got more intense after the middle. Like I would say, when Shinosuke reveals himself as a Kamen Rider, or Chaser becomes a Kamen Rider during that time. And also, you know how like in previous series, like you have like the little gimmick thingies, whatever, that will like follow a person around, something like that. The shift cars, they were like following people around. Like I understand if it was like an animal, like sometimes they would talk to the car for some reason, see if it's like going around, like how you see how like you would see like a dog, like you can understand what a dog was thinking. Well, you can't understand what a car is thinking. Like if I was talking to like a dinosaur or whatever, and like two roars for somebody's in trouble. I guess like you can honk, but it seems a little more ridiculous. See how it was like alive, kind of. I know some of these previous items, whatever, that they had for the show, like, were alive, but it's still cars. It felt a little strange. It's just one of my many problems with the show. I like the show still. I don't completely hate it. This is why you watch me, for my thoughts and opinions and reviews of what I think of the show. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other people have problems with the show as well. Some of the characters, some things, anything. Don't be mad. So, let's get to our main character of the show, Shinosuke. I might pronounce it wrong. I think I hear his first name a lot. Shinosuke. Tomara. I think I'm saying that right. Tomara. So, Tomara is a police officer detective who lost all of his motivation after injuring his partner during a case during this crisis of this global freeze around the Earth. But however, during like half a year into like whatever. He starts to put his life back together and gets a new partner and starts becoming a Kamen Rider of the series. So this Kamen has like multiple forms. Like I'll get to my favorite ones later, but I'll talk about the forms right now. There's type speed, which is the normal basic one, red. Red's my favorite color, and I'm wearing a red shirt. And then there's the black one, which is type wild. I think that's the strongest one. And type technique, which is green. Yeah, it's the one that can figure out computers. Even though it looks bigger, you thought that would be the strong one, but type wild is a strong one. There's type dead heat, which is a fusion of the second rider, which I'll get to in a few minutes. And then there's type formula, which is blue, which is like I think it's speed. And there's type Trigon, which is like he combines with the car he has. That's final form. Yeah. And tires go everywhere. For speed, it goes on his chest, like here. For type wild, it goes on his arm. For type technique, it goes on his neck. For type formula, it goes on his wrist. And for type Trigon, it goes on his left shoulder. Yeah, so those are the form, and he changes the tires for each form. Like there's a flare, which I think flare is my favorite one. I don't know why I like fire. Specific ones for the specific forms of it. Because I never saw him use ones that were for speed go and the ones for wild. Even though I think it would probably make it more cooler if he uses the one during when he's in that mode. I don't know. They have like the writers have their ideas of what they should do and what not to do. If he would do that, then they will have to. Maybe he'll be a little OP, probably. I don't know. But he does, like all final form is a little OP. He combines like 3 of them. Puts them on his shoulder or whatever, tire shoulder or whatever. Oh, well, a lot of final forms are OP, so that kind of makes sense. So let's get to his partner, Kiriko. Kiriko is Shinosuke's partner and is a member of the Special Investigation Unit, and she's responsible for all the technical work, and she's also the first to know of Shinosuke being selected for the next Kamen Rider drive, because she was unable to handle the power for herself. And also, like, I thought she was also isn't she a good detective as well? Because I thought she was. She's in a regular police uniform. Well, he is in a detective suit, whatever uniform. Like how, like you know how police officers, their ranking of like whatever there are, like and you get a partner and the partner will also rank as them. You know how when police officers have a partner, they'll also have the same ranking as them. Well, Kiriko's always in her police uniform, like a regular uniform. She's never like in a suit or whatever, like how Shinosuke is. That kind of confused me. I don't know how Japan's their officers work, because like I know in America we have there's detectives that work with detectives for partners, and there's regular police officers working with regular police officers for partners. Because my uncles are police officers, and they have their own partners which are same rank as them. But I think one of my uncles is detective. I don't know. I pay attention to them. I know they do undercover work a lot, but yeah, that's one of my weird issues with that. I guess it's for the fanboys or whatever who like seeing Japanese girls in cute uniforms or whatever. It is kind of, hot. I do say so for myself. Let's move on to the secondary writers now. So the first secondary writer is Chase. He is Machine Chaser. He is the Death God, Grim Reaper, a Shinigami, if you will. That's what he says in the first time we meet him. So, he is a villain devoting himself to destroy the Kamen Riders He's also Roy Muto 000, and also he is Kamen Rider Proto Drive. And after hearing that he was like all confused on who he is. Is he a villain? Is he a hero? Is he Roy Muto, or is he Kamen Rider? During that story arc or whatever of him, he was very confused. But Kiriko believed in him that he was still good inside, and then he ended up becoming a Kamen Rider again, Kamen Rider Chaser. So the third Kamen Rider, or whatever, secondary rider, the secondary rider, something like that, is named Go. Now, he is Kiko's younger brother. His Kamen Rider's name is Kamen Rider Maha, or Mach. That's what I hear. Maha, not Mach. Japanese language. Butchered American language. He uses signal bikes instead of shift cars, because his Kamen Rider belt is a little different, and also Chase uses the same belt with his own signal bike, Chaser signal bike. He was also stationed in America for hunting down the Roy Mutos in America, but he returns to Japan to help defeat the rest of the Roy Mutos in Japan. During when Chase becomes good again, Go becomes evil for a little bit. He doesn't like that Chase is a Kamen Rider, and he doesn't trust him for a little bit. But that ended up being a hoax that he was evil, because he wanted to get hands on this tablet that one of the villains had, Brain, which I will get to in a few minutes after this. But he still hates. After Wayne got that, he still hated Chase a little, still. He also, if you watch Yukio Arc V, he acts like Yuya from Arc V. If you watch Yukio, there's a character named Yuya, who acts like ladies and gentlemen and stuff like that. And Go act like that. If you look at the wiki page, if you look at and also the notes for it, that he's supposed to resemble him in a little bit. That's why he's like ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whatever. Yuya acts like that. So if you don't like him like that, cause I like Yuya, and if you don't like Yu-Gi-Oh whatever or something like that, it's fine. He just a little note that he supposed to resemble him. If you already didn't know that. So let's talk about the. Also, when Go was evil, that like he was complaining about Chase becoming a Kamen Rider, and then Kiriko bitch slapped him like right across the face. Like I slapped myself, but then I was like, dang, ooh, you're being a little bitch about this. Who cares that he's good now? Deal with it. Come on, stop acting like a little bitch. Special Investigation Unit. So yeah, these names are a little funny for me because I can't pronounce them. Bad with hearing foreign names, not from like English language. So yeah, if I pronounce it wrong, I'm sorry. So the chief, the head of their division, yeah. So Juna is like the head of their division, and he already knew that like, during the middle of the series, whatever. Like, I'll talk about that later. Shinosuke reveals that he's the Kamen Rider everyone's been like talking about, whoever, because it's like one of those secret identity things. Yeah, he already knew about that, but he acted like he didn't know who the Kamen Rider was, but he did know who the Kamen Rider was. And also, like, he was gonna develop like another Kamen Rider suit, like it was the Mach driver. It was like a blue, like very dark blue version of it. And he became like a Kamen Rider for like a second or whatever, till like he broke his back, whatever, for like a funny scene, whatever. So I think it's called. So this character, the next character, I think her name is Rain. I'm just gonna call her Ren, because that's like I can see that in her name, and that's the actual Japanese name. from Naruto. She is an election physicist in their division, and she did not create the Kamen Rider driver, but she creates new items for Drive to have, like the sword, new shift cars, and the door gun he has too. She creates the new weapons and the signal bikes. That's all. She does fix. She did fix Ghost Driver and made a Chase's shift car and made the Maha belt for Chase as well. She was gonna make an updated version for Go, but Kiko ended up giving it to Chase and giving him an axe as well and a signal bike as well too. That's how Chase became a Kamen Rider as well. A little note about that. So the next person I'm going to talk about is Ken at 8 slash Q. Remember, I'm butchering these names. I don't know how to pronounce Japanese names. So this character is like the nerd. He's like the network researcher. And Roy Miro impersonated him throughout some episodes, and we didn't even know about it until we learned about that in the episode when he revealed that he was being impersonated. That Roy Miro likes human life and didn't harm anybody until we see him in that episode. And also in that episode there was like a Car Ranger reference for Drive, because like he liked that Maha did a dance or whatever, like do his pose, and then he didn't like that Drive didn't do a pose, so he ended up doing one instead. So yeah, and also that Roy Miro was killed by another Roy Miro addict. I'll get to her in a little bit. And also in that episode we learned about Kenara. I don't know how to pronounce it. We learned about his otaku life, and he was well known in the otaku community. So otakus, do you know this guy? I'm just kidding. There you go. If some of you are watching me, I don't know if you will be, because some of you otakus like Japanese people. There are different otakus in the world and weeaboos in the world. I'm not gonna do a video about them, but I know about them. If you don't know what otaku is, I'll have a word somewhere around here, or a video linking to another person. I don't know. You can just probably Google it on your own, look for it on your own. Yeah, do whatever. And also, he reminds me of Cisco from The Flash for a little bit, because I'm gonna call him Ken and Cisco look alike, like, not kind of by facial expressions, also the way he dress, with the shirt, anything nerdy looking, and like the long sleeves with the sweater on it. I can show you a picture of them. I'll show you a picture of them right now. See? They kind of look alike, or like not look alike, but dress alike. They're very similar. They're both nerds in a way. All nerds. So the next character is Genpak Haru. Pronouncing it wrong probably. He is a foul mouth, reliable to his superiors of the First Division, and he's very curious to what Drive looks like and who he is. Even though he's a foul mouth, he likes the heroes of the hero of the city. Like I think when he first showed him seeing Drive, whatever, not it wasn't a full body. I think it was the arm and then the leg and then the back. And it was the red when type speed, and then when he saw the legs, he was in type wild, and the back or something like that, he was in type technique. And he drew a picture of one episode of all the colors, and he thought that was what the Kamen Rider looked like. Not until the episode of when Shinsuke reveals himself as Kamen Rider, then he knows who he is. Finally. Now let's get to the villains of the series, the Roy Muro, or Roy. I don't know. So there are only 108 Roy Muros, and they are able to copy people. That's how they copied Ken And the creator of the Roy Needles is Dr. Tenjiro Bano. I always hear the last name of him, Bano. And he's also the birth father of Kiriko and Go. He created the Roy Needles, completing of evolution to becoming more like humans. And also later becoming a Roy Needle himself, and also knocking off Driver, the Deviant, the Bano driver, and he turns into Gold Drive. So he turns into a villain later, and so he forgets about humanity, and he wants to destroy it and create the global freeze again. Create the global freeze. That's what he did in the first place. The mad scientist, so of course he's gonna be crazy. Let's move on to Heart. He is a Roy Needle. He is Roy Needle 002. He is responsible for the uprising of Roy Needles during the first global freeze of the world, and he wants to help create another global freeze, but towards the end, he sees how Bono is freaking crazy and ends up destroying all his other allies and other Roy Needles, like Brain and Medic. So he ends up helping Drive during the end of the series. Yeah, Bono does some crazy shit. So next Roy Needle is Brain. He is 003. He is the commander of the Roy Needles and also the smart one of the Roy, because he always thinks a lot. His name is Brain. Okay. He also fused with some of the Roy Needles, and he created some shift cars during when Chase was evil in the beginning. His own shift cars, and also he comes good at the end as well. So Medic, she is Roy Needle 009, and she's also able to heal injured Roy Needles, and she also likes Heart a little bit, maybe, probably. They're always together, maybe you do. And she's also able and willing to kill any Roy Needles. Core. It's when Roy Needles are their bodies destroyed and they're what the number of what they are is floating. She's able she's willing to kill it, or if they're disappointing, she's willing to get rid of them forever. I think she does. She almost tries to do it to Brain. I think she tries to do it to Chase a little bit. So yeah, that's her, and also becomes good at the end. And Roy, only 4 at the end. Only 4 Roy Needles can go up to that next evolution, which is their gold form, whatever. So there's Gold Drive, which is Roy Needle, which is gold, obviously. There's Heart, there's Brain, and there's Medic. There was one before that, but it was 001. I thought he would be the final boss, but it ends up being the other final boss that Gold Drive creates. Bono creates, whatever, something like that. Yeah, the final boss is another. If you were reading Naruto last year, at the end of it there was Kaguya. No, it's kind of like that, kind of. For me, but I don't know if other people were kind of like that. I was this boss is another Kaguya. Not worth it. But luckily they did have almost a fight with Heart and Shinsuke, but it was because Heart was already dying. He just wanted to try and hit him once, and then Heart died. So, and also all of them end up dying at the end if you don't know. This is also spoilers if you don't know. So yeah. Okay, now let's go into favorites. Favorites. Yeah, I gotta do something. Once I get a better editing system, I'm gonna do weird stuff when I do favorites. So let's go into my favorites of the series. What happened in the series, what do I like about this. My favorites are my favorite fights, my favorite moments, my favorite episodes, my favorite forms, favorite characters, stuff like that. Let's go to my favorite fights first. My favorite fight would have to be Go, Kamen Rider, Chaser Maha versus Bono. That fight was epic. After when Chase died, and then Go recognizes him now because after like for a while he hated Chase. He recognizes him as a friend. Like, you killed my friend, and he takes Chase's signal bike and morphs with it and creating Kamen Rider Chaser Maha. That was awesome. How he can move super fast and like boom, Bono equal with Bono because Bono was very powerful. Bono can steal the weapons of anybody. Like how like during that fight like he like did the thing that steals weapons and they like did the thing that steals the weapons and go. No, those are mine. He takes like his gun and the axe is now his axe, signal axe, Chase's axe. That fight was epic. And then like during the end when he actually defeated Bono, and during the moment where Bono was nothing but left by the driver of the Bono driver or whatever, and then after when he put signal bike in and then he's like don't, and then because like, you've seen that the signal bike says like wait for it and then go for it, and then go says it said go for it. Boom! Also one of my favorite fights is besides that, like I do like when Shinosuke and Heart fought for a little bit, like during the time when he first used Dead Heat. That was awesome. Like, I'm glad that they didn't use the fusion forms for like exclusive movie or OVA or something like that, like they did with Forza. I didn't like that it was exclusive to a movie. I like that it was in series. They used it all the time, but they only use Kamen Rider. They only use Machine Chaser Maha 1. We might see Machine Chaser Maha again one day versus the movie, whatever, something like that. I don't know. But moving on to my favorite moment is when Shinosuke reveals that he's Drive. Now, like during that one Roy Muto had, I think it was either a girl or the other detective guy, somebody again. I know he was there, and then everyone, it was a full open area. Shino just had to morph. He just had to transform into Drive like that. He just had to henshin, and he just goes for it. Like the belt was like, "What are you doing?" I have to do it. Like boom. Whoa, that was awesome. And then he took down the Roy Mueller with ease. Like, oh my god, that was cool. So cool. Love that moment. That was one of my favorite moments from that. Now, moving on to my favorite episode. The episode when Jace becomes a Kamen Rider again. Now, that episode was, like, very good. Like, there was, Shinsuke was injured. There was first introduced the fusion Roy Muto. And Go couldn't also handle them. I think the only one that could probably handle this fusion was Drive, and Shino couldn't morph because his arm was broken. He couldn't put the shift car in. It was like jittery, whatever. And then Chase was still confused about who he is at the time, but Kiriko was helping him, trying to help him that he's good. He should be a Kamen Rider again. And then his bike came out of nowhere for some reason. Chase Rider, whatever it's called, his bike, with the package of a new belt, which was made by Rin, of the new shift car, new axe, new belt as well, and then he goes to the warehouse where they're fighting at, and then beats up the Roy Muto with his new powers. I love how he morphed that one. How he first morphed to the Kamen Rider, back into a Kamen Rider. He puts a signal bike in, and then it's his machine chaser form, and then it explodes off, and it was his new rider form. Ooh, that was so good. At first, I thought his new rider form was going to be for Go, but it ended up being Chaser. I like Chaser's form. I like his look better than Drive's look. I know, because it looks more Kamen Rider. I complained about the look earlier, but it looks more. I just like it. I liked it more better as its base form, whatever it's called. And I'm also disappointed that when Chase got his the prototype Drive shift car, I thought it was combine with when he puts it in his belt or something like that, it will combine somehow it combine his regular, I don't know, and make it black or whatever, or something like that, like a new form he would get. I was disappointed by that. It's more of an attack than a form, but that's another episode. I was talking about that episode. Like I'm just telling you like what I was disappointed from that about Chase or whatever. That episode was awesome. And some of my favorite rider form was Trigon, because Trigon is what it combines with the car, and it has a cool look because it's the car look. Maybe it's more cooler than Gein's, even though I love Gein. I love Final Form for Gein, but it may look a little cooler. I like it has that racing stripes on it. It has like the final rider form should like have like maybe the rider eyes, but in a different way. A better version of the original form. Yeah, and I like how I was also a little disappointed that it didn't come with a new weapon, like a new sword or whatever. He still had to use the same old sword. What you do? That's what you get for the show. Favorite character besides the main character? Well, first of all, I didn't like Shinosuke. I don't know, like Drive in general is just like for me, like for me. Like, I was excited to watch Drive sometimes, but it was a little for me, like kind of something like that. Shinosuke didn't look the right part for a writer, even though he's like, yeah, I understand that he has to be clean cut for it to be a detective. Chaser looks more like a main character for a Kamen Rider, and he's my favorite character because he gone through some stuff like who he is, and then he found who he is. He was Proto Drive. He's basically the real main character of the series. There's a little joke there. We all know it's Shinosuke. Is also one of my favorite characters. It was also sad to see him die. I'm hoping like he'd come back. Like they did reveal that his like who he copied. He was also a cop. The Roy Mills copy people. He copied a cop for his human form, whatever. I mean, we don't know if he was like that from the beginning. How he was a human form. I always thought he was a human and turned into a Roy Mito. That was just my opinion on it. And I also have a favorite funny moment is when during the moment, like, Chase was asking, like, Shinosuke, do you like Kiriko? And then he was, like, all freaking out, like, sweating, drinking a lot of water, and stuff like that. And, oh, hi, I looked at Kiriko as a partner and a friend, and not as something like that, He's eating all that food. And then later on, in the next episode, like, Chase asks the same thing to Kiriko. She does exactly the same thing, and then I like how this line, Chase says, like, you answered my question. Because, like, he understands that they're the same, almost. Like, they're probably meant for each other. That's probably how they have that kid in the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet. I will probably see it as soon as it finally comes to DVD or whatever, or online. Drive, for me, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. So, like a C. Yeah, that's my grade for it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm pretty sure some people have higher grades, and some people have lower grades. And also, let me see this weird thing. Drive seems similar to the Flash, they're both. I know they're both red, but they both have villains who are yellow and goldish. They both have one character that seems similar to each other. They both have hot girls in there. Also, he started in the same week. That's a Flash. Last year, if you didn't notice. Type formula can run fast. It can probably not probably. I don't know if it can go Mach speed. Probably can, but probably not. But he can run fast. He should race the Flash. Also, I'm looking forward to Ghost because I seen that bonus episode that they showed. I seen that's all of his powers are. Can't wait to see that. I'll be doing a review of Ghost when it comes out. One episode, not multiple episodes. Not until at the ending. So yeah. So that's my review of Kamen Rider Drive. Please comment, like, and subscribe for more. I've been Matt1, and type speed technique wild trigon. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how. See ya. And explosion!